Hello and good day. My name is Rensil Kalaikai and today I am going to give an information about what photography is. So first is what is photography? So photography is an art, science and practice of creating images by capturing light on a photosensitive surface such as film or a digital sensor. Now let's move on to the history of photography. First is the early experiment on the 16th to 18th century. So the concept of capturing images using a camera obscura, a darkened room or a box with a small hole through which light enters and project an inverted image on the opposite wall dates back to ancient times. Then the next one is the Guerrillotype, which is in 1839. So Louis de Guéry, a French artist and inventor, introduced the daguerreotype, one of the earliest form of photography. It involves exposing a silver-coated copper plate to light and using chemicals to develop a permanent image. And next is the calotype. So it was on 1841. William Henry Fox Talbot, an English scientist, introduced the calotype process, which allowed multiple prints to be made from a single negative. Next up is the collodion process, which is in 1850s. So the wet plate collodion process, developed by Frederick Scott Archer and Gustave Le Gray, replaced the daguerreotype and made photography more accessible. So it involved coating glass plates with a light-sensitive emulsion and required a portable darkroom for on-set photography. Next is the introduction of film in late 19th century. So flexible film, initially made from celluloid, was introduced, making photography more convenient and portable. So George Eastman's Kodak camera, introduced in 1888, was one of the first mass-produced cameras with roll film and the slogan, "You press the button, we do the rest." Next is the color photography, which is in early 20th century. The development of color photography, including processes like autochrome and Kodachrome, allowed photographers to capture and reproduce color images. These revolutionized the field, making it possible to capture the world in true colors. The next is what we have, the digital revolution, which is in late 20th century. So the invention of the digital camera and the transition from film to digital photography transformed the industry. So digital cameras use electronic sensors to capture and store images, allowing for instant review, manipulation, and easy sharing. And then we have the mobile photography, which is in the 21st century. The proliferation of smartphones equipped with high-quality cameras has made photography more accessible than ever. So mobile photography, combined with social media platforms, has led to an explosion of amateur and professional photographers sharing their work worldwide. Then we have the digital manipulation and post-processing. So advances in digital technology and software have enabled photographers to manipulate and enhance their images in ways previously unimaginable. So post-processing tools like Adobe Photoshop have become essential in modern photography. Then we have the contemporary photography. So today, photography encompasses a wide range of styles and genres, so including fine art, documentary, portrait, fashion, wildlife, and more. It continues to evolve, reflecting changes in technology, culture, and artistic expression. And that would be all for the quick introduction of what photography is and its history until today. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Okay, today I am going to discuss about photography, its types and examples of works by renowned local artists. Okay, so types of photography. Okay, so what are the types of photography? So here are the types of photography. We have the aerial photography, the astrophotography, the commercial photography, the fine art photography, the forensic, the headshot, the macro photography, the nature photography, the nude photography, the portrait photography, the still life photography, the street photography, and lastly, the travel photography. Okay, let's begin first with the aerial photography. So what is the aerial photography? So it refers to the taking of photographs of the ground from an elevated position. So it is acquired through the use of a specialized camera mounted such as fixed-wing aircraft, helicopters, drones, balloons, kites, parachutes, etc. So aerial photography are those pictures that was taken on air. Like example for that is that if you're on an airplane and then you take a picture from the above to the ground, that is one of the example of aerial photography, because we have here a picture or an example of the aerial photography. So as we can see here, it is taken from the above, right? Okay, so next is the astrophotography, because it focuses entirely on taking images from space. So this type could vary from the planets to the stars or any other exciting configurations. Okay, astrophotography are those picture that we took, like for example for that is that you're taking a picture of the star. So that is one of the example of the astrophotography, because we have here the example, no? So as we can see here, it is a picture of the stars or the sky. So any form of pictures that was taken from the sky is an example of the astrophotography. So next is the commercial photography. Okay, so commercial photography, it is a photographic work done for commercial purposes such as corporate brochures and leaflets, menus in cafes and restaurants, magazines advertising, merchandising, and product placement. So it has various types such as in commercial photography, we have some various types. So we have listed 8 here, which are the advertising photography, the architecture and interior photography, the automotive photography, the food photography, the jewelry photographs, the journalism photography, the product photograph, and the sports photography. Okay, so what is the advertising photography? So it is a type of photography that is used to highlight a product, service, brand, or an individual in print advertising such as magazines, newspaper, leaflets, etc. So we can see it as we can see here in this picture. This is one of the example of an advertising photography where you photograph a product to highlight it for a commercial purposes. And the next is the architecture and interior photography. So this photography is used in capturing images of structures and beauty of an interior space in which photographers use lighting techniques to attract clients. So in here, it is all about capturing the architecture, no, or an interior. Mm. And as we can see in this picture, this is one of the examples of the architecture and interior photography. So it is from the photograph of Jeremiah Chua. So another is the automotive photography. So this photography is utilized by car or automobile companies and dealerships to promote brand new or existing cars, driving awareness about a car's features and benefits to potential clientele. So this is all about capturing a vehicle or like example for a car para this used by the companies that sells cars. So they capture the cars to promote it, right? So here is the example of the automotive photography wherein it was taken by Manilion. It is to promote the car, no? So another is the food photography. So this photography is a specialized category of commercial photography which is used to capture the picture of various cuisines and menus in an attractive style. So in the food photography, so this is actually common for a um, mga shop, no, or mga um, food stores, right? It is to promote um, the foods that they sell. Example is that in a fast food restaurant, no, so they capture their food, no, para maka-attract so that they can attract um, more customers. And then next is the jewelry photographs. So this photography is used in highlighting beautiful images of bracelets, necklace, ring, and other jewelry items. So jewelry photographs, it focuses on capturing jewelries. And as you can see here, an example of jewelry photographs which is taken by Louis Aguinaldo. Okay, so another is a journalism photography. So this photography is the art of taking photographs which are considered as attractive and goes along with new topics to substantiate the news story or report. So this picture is an example of the journalism photography by Hannah Rias Morales. Okay, another is the product photography. So this photography is used in capturing excellent images to attractively represent a product in advertising. It sometimes includes people as parts of the product, so it attracts people to see someone they know or a face that is likable to a product. Okay, so product photography mainly capture those product, no, na they sell, like a company that sells product. They capture the product that they sell, or sometimes they include people, no, na like sample is holding that product para to attract more customers. So one of the examples of the product photography is seen in this picture wherein this beautiful lady is advertising or promoting a brand which is called as a Tokyo White. So it was captured by Charvin T. Okay, next is sports photography. So it is a type of photography which is utilized to write sports news using excellent cameras that take sharp pictures of player in action. Okay, so sports photography, of course, is all about sports, no? Like capturing pictures or photographs of sports such as like the boxing or basketballs. So example of it is this picture which is taken by Rebecca Van Omen. So as we can as we can see here is a picture of a man doing a boxing. So next, okay, so another types of photography we have here the fine art photography. So it refers to highly creative images that have an abstract influence. These photographs can be equal to an artist's expression on painting. So example of it is this. Okay, so another is the forensic photography. So it is also known as crime scene photography, wherein the work of the photographers is mainly to capture images for an accurate presentation of the scene of the crime. Okay, so forensic photography, these are the pictures that we took in a crime scene. Example of this is this. Okay, so another is a headshot photography. So this type of photography focuses mainly on the person's face. This is also known as mug shots. So headshot photography is like focus sa siya, or it only focuses on a face of a person. So example of it is this. Diba? So as we can see in this picture, the photo only capture the face or focuses only on the face of the girl. So another is the macro photography. So this type of photography is about close-up images of a specific topic. So it is commonly applied mainly to capture details of organisms or nature that may not be visible to the naked eye. So this macro photography is like the zoom in, not zoom in picture. Example for that is that if you like capturing pictures of flower in a zoom version. So example of it is this. So as you can see, it is like zoom, or a picture that focuses on something, not like it focuses mainly on that specific object that you are capturing. Because another is a nature photography. So it encompasses all forms of photography where the main subject has something to do with nature. So it focuses on landscape, wildlife, underwater, and plants life as they are in their natural environment. So nature photography focuses or captures those moments, or mainly about nature, no? So here are the examples of nature photography. Okay, so next is the nude photography. So it is about the portrayal of the human body in the naked form. Okay, so nude photography is like capturing a picture of a nude body, like a body of a person, like naked person. So we can provide an example because we can just show a naked body in this report. Okay, so next is the portrait photography. So it is all about capturing the mood of a person, so with an emphasis of their face and expression of a person. So portrait photography, no? So here is example of a portrait photography. Okay, so next is a still life photography. So it is about capturing objects on camera that are deliberately grouped to create a particular composition. So this requires the photographers to have an excellent lighting technique. Okay, here is an example of a still life photography. Okay, so another is a street photography. So it is all about capturing candid images of public places or even people in their natural element. It requires the photographer the skills to mingle with people and achieve the best frame. Because street photography are those photographs that are taken on the public places, no? Or like sa mga streets, something like that. So here are the example of the street photography. Okay, next is a travel photography. So it involves capturing images of a particular landscape, traditions, and customs, or even people from different places. Okay, so travel photography. Example of this is that you are traveling and then you are capturing images of the places that I went to. Okay, so here are the example of the travel photography. Okay, so now let's move on to the renewed local artists and examples of their work. So one of the renowned local artists we have is BJ Pascual, and here is an example of his work. Okay, next is Mark Nickdow, and here is example of his work. And then Paul Kiambao, and an example of his work. And we also have Saiza Bakani, and an example of his work. And then Nicolo Cosme, and an example of his works. And then we also have Nico Villegas, an example of his work. And that will be all. Thank you so much for listening. And if you have any question, do not hesitate to ask me question po or leave a comment po. That's all.